Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Tonight we will wind up week. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight we will wind up Week 5 with a good battle, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And Mahomes going to put it up right away. He's got a man, complete. He's to the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Now Lewis selects to return it. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive. Kramer.
That going to be caught downfield by Hill. Down the left sideline. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 84 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Down the right sideline. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A big play there for KC. 41 yards. And I don't want to harp on it, but this defense among the bottom in the league against the run, and they show it right there.
And it doesn't matter when you get prepared for this defense, whether you're good running the ball or not, that's your plan. Run the ball against them. That's their weakness. And by the way, I think you harped on it.
I did. My bad. They go play fake. Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. Incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Patrick going to change the play. A run by Pacheco on 2nd down.
Down to about the 22 here.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Here's Pacheco once again.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. A give right side for Pacheco.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
In motion goes the tight end. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left.
And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Under a minute to go, clock running in a back-and-forth first quarter of play.
On 2nd down, Jacobs.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Here is 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Kramer. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A little costly there. You wipe out the first down. You also move further back.
No doubt about it. So you went from moving the sticks to them staying in the same spot, except for that one guy carrying the yard marker. He moves back farther.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
2nd and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 63 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Looking to throw. Kramer. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now Mahomes going to shift them around. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. That one a first down pickup of 8. He finds his man complete. That's Russell. call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 42-yard line.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. On first down, they go back to Pacheco.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Again, it's Pacheco.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Mahomes now to throw. And the Raiders have got him. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
On fourth down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7.
Fourth down, so Kansas City sends out Tommy Townsend.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Here's Jacobs from the gun.
And Jacobs is going to have a Raiders first down as he gets this up past the 40.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. On 4th down, Kramer. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Kramer. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Kramer flushed out right. He finds his man, complete. It's Bishop, and he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. He was out there waving his arms, and when you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Looking to throw on second down. Kramer.
And his throw is incomplete.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Kramer.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
105 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. Able to push his way through. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Josh Jacobs, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year.
And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Mahomes going to change things up. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And some room to roam now. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. On play action, it's Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
And now they'll shift things around.
It's Kelsey on the ground. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. So after the conversion on fourth, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. That is caught, and they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll run here with Pacheco. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Mahomes gets it out quickly, and it's complete out wide. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. From a yard out. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 151 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Room for Jacobs there on first down as he takes this one forward for a pickup of about 7.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Kramer.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 13-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
172 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total.
Jacobs is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, It's darn close.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mahomes will throw. Finding Kelsey. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up. Give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw it. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelsey.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Mahomes. Gonna look deep here for Pacheco. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location.